Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Yeah, you know what it is. Hard worker, scrappy, unfiltered, and sometimes unhinged football content. Hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. Doing it daily our way. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Redraft and Dynasty Fantasy Football, we got you covered. You know their defense is ranked like 31st in the NFL? NFL draft prospects and rookies? Now you know you in the right place for that.
Absolutely.
All right, then stop saying it. Then we're done. And prop bets with my man Jay Rich.
Count that money, man.
Now wipe the crust out of your eyes, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake your ass up with Ray G. You honestly are making absolutely no sense and you sound silly as hell. Good morning, 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 good people. It is Monday, September the 19th, 2022. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with Ray G, and for that, I appreciate you being here. Thank y'all for tapping in. If it's your first time on the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like the content, subscribe to the newsletter below. Most importantly, engage with the good people in the comments. Who we got in the building this morning early? Let's see. I saw my girl Lindsay Mack, John, 7 Goat Rings, Chris, Jeff, Dynasty Barry in the building, Lindsay Mack, Patrick, James. Good to see y'all this morning. Elwood in the building. Eric V in here chilling. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Hope you enjoyed college football on Saturday and a wild, wild day of the NFL yesterday. We got a lot to talk about. But before we talk about anything, where's my man? Where's Mike A? Is Mike Anderson in the building? I don't see Mike A, but you see I'm rocking the Las Vegas Aces jersey, the WNBA MVP, Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray and first-year head coach Becky Hammond, 2022 WNBA champs, the Las Vegas Aces, baby. We got us one, Jay Rich. We got us one. The Aces, WNBA champs. Let's get it, baby. Yes, I'm flying back for the parade. Damn it, it's going down. Jay Rich, how you doing this morning, baby? Oh, shit.
I'm good. What's up? You got me covered on the screen.
Bad.
I mean, as much as I love the Aces, I would appreciate a little bit of FaceTime to start the show. But good morning to everybody. Good morning to Patrick, who actually gave me a personal shout out in the chat. I do appreciate that. But yeah, wild weekend of football again. So we need to start giving out some team bricks because there was some pretty bad collapses across the NFL yesterday. But lots to get into today. Obviously, another key injury to the quarterback position kind of sucks, man. Again, I was doing the title and the description. I was like, wow, same exact title description with the quarterback injury. But excited to get into the show. Lots of big things to talk about. And probably talk about a little bit of Kyle Pitts as well while we're here, right?
I think we're going to have to, man. I think we're going to have to talk about it. Yeah, is there any big news that happened outside of an injury yesterday that we need to talk about? We got 2 games tonight, right? We got 2 games this Monday. What do we have tonight? Let's get that out of the way. What do we have tonight?
So we have Buffalo, Tennessee, right there at, I believe, at 6:30 Eastern. And then we have Philly and Minnesota, the game that I'm kind of most excited to watch. The only big piece of news here is that Gabe Davis, we didn't talk about this because this actually happened on Saturday. He rolled his ankle at practice, and so there's possibility of him not being able to play in this game. So hopefully people are aware of this, that Gabe Davis potentially may not play. If you aren't aware and you have him in your lineups, make sure you have a backup plan. As far as that's concerned. Outside of that, right, Trey Lance broke his ankle out for the season. They're rolling with Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers the rest of the year. Dalton Schultz does not have an ACL injury, but may have a multi-week knee injury. And the baby back bitch, Mike Evans, may be suspended after his hit on Marshawn Lattimore. We'll see what happens with that. He actually was suspended in 2017 for the same type of allegation coming after Lattimore in that game. Obviously, very contentious between the Bucs and the Saints yesterday in a very low-scoring, bad game overall. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. A lot of rookies performed well and a lot of ballers this week. And a couple of bricks, too. So definitely a good thing.
I really want to talk about what happened on Saturday, and we just don't have enough time to go through all that, Jay. But what I will say is it's fascinating that 3 weeks of college football, we got 3 weeks of college football in our books, right? In the books.
Yeah.
And he went from being potentially the 101 over Bijan Robinson to he should not even declare for the 2023 NFL draft. What a wild 3 weeks for one Anthony Richardson, man. It is interesting as hell to see the euphoria. And right now, All he's got to hang his hat on are tools. I mean, that motherfucker got so many tools
literally.
you can fill up the back of an F-250. Tools. But you look at the numbers, zeros across the board. No touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, one of the lowest QBRs in college football. The yards aren't there. It's just the tools. It's the tools. I'm telling you, go build houses with all these tools he has. We got to start seeing production. I've got to... Saturday night, I'm just so damn tired, man. I wanted to do it, and then I'm watching USC beat down Fresno State. But we got to find a day where we could just recap and rehash what's happening in college. Because right now, the quarterbacks all over the place, running backs, hands down, are killing it for the 23 class. All of them. Zach Evans, Bijan Robinson, Blake Corum, Jahmyr Gibbs, all the running backs crushing it. Wide receivers, I don't know what to say. The top 2 guys for most people, Kayshon Boutte and JSN, nothing. Nothing.
Hammering those unders weekly.
Nothing. And I get JSN got hurt, but 2 catches last week. Boutte still nothing. It's getting hard for me to keep my man from USC down, man. Jordan Addison is that dude, but tight end class looking awful. No Eric Gilbert. Jaheim Bell, we like him, but he doesn't catch the ball. Michael Mayer is big and slow. It's interesting to watch this, and we still haven't really seen any quarterback, or you know, every year there's somebody that comes out of nowhere
outside of Young and
outside
Stroud,
of Young and Stroud, and we're trying, right? Will Levis still just looks like Will Levis, like not great, not bad, just Will Levis. Young has come down to earth a little bit, and I think his supporting cast around him is contributing to that. But it's just interesting to watch the value swing with these 2023 eligible prospects. We got to do it.
You see Bruning throw out Michael Penix? Bro, he is balling weekly.
Yeah,
weekly, that guy is balling.
I still need to see a little bit more from Penix. But yes, my guy Jordan Addison is balling out. The USC Trojans are balling out. And damn it, I'm going to say this. Y'all have got to stop disrespecting Stetson Bennett. Listen, the dude isn't going to be a first-round pick, second-round pick. Colt McCoy was drafted in the 3rd round in 2010, right? Like, when I showed you the before and after, let me pull this up for the show. This is when I knew Stetson Bennett was the damn truth, was going to be the truth. Let me share with y'all some of the conversations me and Jay Rich have in private. But this is when I knew that Stetson Bennett was the truth. Here he goes last year. That's Stetson Bennett, right? Wins a natty. He's garbage. He's not going to be good as far. Then somehow he gets in the lab. He gets in the lab, man. He goes to a black barber shop down there in Georgia. Look at him. He's got a freaking taper fade right here. Look at Stetson Bennett, man. That's a taper fade. That's one angle. Let's get the front view where you could really see.
Where he looks like his head got wider.
Yeah. You could see the haircut right there. I knew Bennett was going to be a dog once he got this haircut. Once he got a taper fade, went to a black barber. I said, yeah, he's got it. He's got it. He's got what it takes. Stetson Bennett, man, give him some credit. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy. He's putting up crazy numbers.
Do you promise me that?
I'll put money on it. He wins the Heisman Trophy.
I got 20 to 1. I got 20 to 1.
Put it. You put it in. You put it in. 20 to 1. Put it in. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy. Georgia's the best team in the country, and he's going to just be one of those guys that's a career backup in the league that gets drafted. He's a coach on the second coach on the field, and in a situation where your starter goes down, he's probably. We'll see if he serves. Just give some respect to Stetson Bennett, damn it. All right. We'll save the college talk for another day because we got a lot to get into here in the with the NFL, man. It was a good weekend of football, Jay, and we still got 2 more games on tonight. The Sunday night game, not so good, and we'll probably be talking about a couple of players from that one. But where are we starting? Are we starting with our quarterback baller of the week? Is that what we're doing?
Or do you want to start with the rookies, right? We got the rookies, right?
Yeah. Let's do a quick rookie recap. Let's do a quick rookie recap to talk about, I guess, the top. I normally said like the top 5 rookies. Help me find a 5th guy because I only have 4. The 5th guy for me, the number 1 player would have been Aiden Hutchinson. He balled out. I mean, he had 3 damn sacks in the first half of the game. Aiden Hutchinson was a dog. But I got to give it to Garrett Wilson this week, who showed up in a major way for the Jets as they upset the Cleveland Browns. Garrett Wilson, 8 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns on 14 targets, man. I'm talking about target monster. We've been asking the question, who's the alpha? Is it Garrett Wilson? Is it Elijah Moore? Surprisingly, a lot of them are doing well. Corey Davis had another big game. Corey Davis, look, this three-headed monster, Davis, Wilson, and Elijah Moore, making it happen for the Hall of Famer Joe Flacco. Making it happen for Joe Flacco. But Garrett Wilson, probably for me, the top rookie on the week. Really excited to see what he did. And I love the target share that he had, man. At 2 is Drizzy Drake. Once again, Drake London producing in a major way for us. Everybody out there that talk that shit, oh, he can't separate and this and that, you owe him an apology because he's here to stay. He is Brandon Marshall 2.0. Like, he's good, man. 8 for 86, touchdown, 12 targets. Would have had more, a couple of bad high throws from Marcus Mariota. London was well on his way to a 120-plus yard day. Didn't matter if he was up against Jalen Ramsey or whomever. He was playing very well, very, very well. Drake London is that dude. Breece Hall got in the end zone for his first touchdown, 7 carries, 50 yards, 1 reception, 10 yards, and a touchdown. Breece Hall looked good. Let's get him some more work. Let's give him some more work, Jay. Let's give him some more work.
Yeah, split carries with Carter. Both had 7, but Hall was easily the better back. But I think the more concerning part was that Carter did get 5 receptions, right, to Breece Hall only getting that 1.
Yeah.
Well, last week it was more of an even split between the two.
Yep. Jahan Dotson, another touchdown. Targets came down, only 5 targets, but he converted 4 of those, 59 yards, and a tough touchdown grab. He got hit real hard in the end zone, but he made it happen. And Dameon Pierce, we saw him get back into the action, 15 carries, 69 yards, 1 reception, 8 yards, and a lot less Rex Burkhead on the field for the Houston Texans as Russell Wilson was booed repeatedly. They gave him the Giannis Antetokounmpo clock countdown because that offense, Nathaniel Hackett, woof, man. Woof for Nathaniel Hackett. He is. They got it done. They got the dub, right? They got it done. They got the dub.
So, question for you though about that game quickly: good Houston or bad Denver, or a combination of the two? Because I think Houston's defense did actually play pretty well in that game.
Houston's competitive, man. They feel like what the Detroit Lions were doing with Dan Campbell last year, competing, not getting blown out. It's like Davis Mills isn't killing them, but he also isn't helping them. They're trying to get the culture in the right direction, right? So Denver won that game. I don't think Houston lost it, and I don't think they're particularly good, but it is what it is, man. But the rookies, man, the rookie wide receivers, Drake London, back-to-back weeks on here. What are you thinking about these guys, Jay? London, Wilson, Dotson. How you feeling about your rookies from the 2022 class?
I'm glad that we stayed firm. Well, for the most part, I stayed firm. I think you kind of went on Kenneth Walker's side towards the end there. But Drake London definitely deserved to be the 102 in this draft class. And, we didn't quite give enough respect to Garrett Wilson. I think the concerns were there, right? We didn't expect him to be the alpha so quickly. And for all accounts, Ray, let's quickly talk about this. Is he going to be the alpha going forward? Elijah Moore only had 5 targets in that game. I don't know whether it was coverage rotating to his side. Probably saw more Denzel Ward than Garrett Wilson did. But Garrett Wilson looked phenomenal, right? I think he looked more explosive than Elijah Moore did. He deserved those targets. I think he's going to earn them going forward. So I think, as much as we thought it may take a little bit longer for this transition to happen, it looks like Garrett Wilson's the guy, and he's showing why he deserved to be, that top 10 pick, better than Chris Olave, better than Jameson Williams. The guy that we touted as a freshman, as a sophomore, is definitely showing on the field in the NFL early.
Yeah. Wilson looked damn good. 14 targets. You can't deny that, man. I mean, you're going out there and you're earning those reps. I don't care who it's against. He looked really good. Him, the rookie wide receivers all look good. All the rookie running backs outside of Breece. K9 looked good. Like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh man, he looks like an NFL running back. You see him at number 9, he's built. He looked good. Want to see him get some more opportunity, but really excited for the rookie wide receivers. And then we get Treylon Burks tonight. We get to see him operate, and we get Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson. It's going to be a fun night.
AJ Brown, it'll be good.
Brown. It's going to be fun tonight. But let's get into our QB, Jay. Our QB baller.
The
QB baller of the week. And a lot of y'all out there, not us, better apologize because Tua was balling this weekend. Yesterday, my goodness, 36 for 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. Think he had 2 interceptions, Jay, but it didn't matter. He was absolutely balling this weekend. Tua Tagovailoa, and a lot of people out there owe him an apology because you can't throw the ball downfield. There's no way he could support Tyreek Hill, let alone Jalen Waddle. This offense is going to be terrible. Tua's arm is weak. Yada, 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 yada. Tua went out there and absolutely wrecked the NFL. Coming back, I think the score of this game, Jay, going into the fourth quarter was 18 to 35. 18 to 35, like in the fourth quarter, into the fourth quarter.
35-4.
35-14, there it was. I knew it was something ridiculous.
28-3 in the fourth quarter.
Nuts. So blown coverages left and right, and Tua was just putting that shit on a dot down the field. What was your thoughts on Tua's performance, and how do you feel about his outlook moving forward, man?
I mean, it's tough not to be impressed. You know, he had nothing to lose, but even in those moments when he had nothing to lose, he was still dotting throws.
A lot of people,
Tyreek
George.
Hill down the field. He had Tyreek down the field multiple times. He hit Waddle on multiple throws. His throw to Mike Gesicki in the end zone, where only Mike Gesicki could get it, and that was a phenomenal catch at that. It's just, you have to give a lot of credit to Mike McDaniel. Got to give a lot of credit to Tua. They didn't give up. I think the biggest takeaway for me in this game, because Tua's leading the league in passing now. That's something in itself. But the biggest takeaway here is that Raheem Mostert led the team in the backfield, right? He had the most carries. He also caught the most passes out of the backfield.
We're talking Tua.
Chase Edmonds.
We're going to get to the breaks. We're talking Tua, quarterback. Stick on script.
He's 6 touchdowns, man. What do you want me to say? He's probably leading the league in touchdowns at this point. He's phenomenal. Mike McDaniel doing a phenomenal job, but a massive brick from that Baltimore defense. My goodness, looking like the 2021 Baltimore defense, not the new look defense.
That's what we talked about on Friday. I said that. I said this is not the Baltimore Ravens defense of the past. This defense is not good. They were down multiple defenders. It's just not a good defense, man. They continue to lose games. Now, you want to talk about a team losing a game. Baltimore lost that game because there's no reason they should have lost that game. Couple of honorable mention ballers from this week. From the same game, Lamar Jackson went nuts, right? 119 rushing yards. That he better put that popcorn and shake down. He almost got his ass ran down on that run. Lamar was weaving. He was getting close to getting caught. But Lamar took that to the crib, 119 yards on the ground, 300 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he was incredible, man. This is why you got to pay this dude. I don't know what Baltimore's doing, but they're going to have to break the damn bank after the season for Lamar Jackson because he's earning it early this season. Baller quarterback, honorable mention. We got 2 more that I want to throw out there. 2 unlikely names. Joe Flacco. Give Joe Flacco his props, baby. The Jets. Everyone's survivor pool picks are just wrecked. Jets beat the Browns. Where's the upset we saw in week 1? I mean, they were just... Every
Tennessee,
game. Yeah, Tennessee,
right? They lost.
The Giants beat
Indy
Tennessee.
didn't win. Yeah.
Indy didn't win versus the Texans. And now Joe Flacco goes out here and drops 4 tutties on the Cleveland Browns. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves as an entire fan base.
14 points in the last minute and a half, I believe. It's like the only time that's happened since 2001, and it was the Browns who blew it against the Bengals back then. Eric V on the stat drop.
Yeah, 14 points and some questionable tailgating costumes. This is what you guys get. Joe Flacco punished your ass out here with 4 touchdowns, 307 yards. And give some to the king, Jared Goff. Out there dealing in Motor City, man. Detroit. And we talked about this game being a fun game to watch, and damn it, we're going to continue to talk about players from this game. But Jared Goff, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns for Jared Goff. Let's go, Detroit.
Unreal.
He
looked hashtag elite, right? He looked elite.
Hashtag elite. Super Bowl. He got you to a Super Bowl, man. This is a Super Bowl
Flacco, baby.
Contending quarterback right here. I was talking about Jared Goff, too. Flacco and Goff, 2 players that have both played in Super Bowls. I mean, Joe's got one. Goff said he's coming for another one. But, man, I'm loving to see Jared Goff get the ball out. And the Detroit Lions are definitely a team it seems like everybody's kind of rooting for this season, man.
Yeah.
Any other honorable mention quarterback ballers that we left off of the list? I thought we covered.
You could say Matthew Stafford, maybe. He still threw 2 picks, though.
He is that is the roller coaster of all roller coasters. He's so good and so bad in the same frame, man. Like he's great, and then he just makes boneheaded throws. But the great throw. How much is Cooper Kupp holding up Matthew Stafford? How much did Calvin Johnson carry Matthew Stafford? Backdoor. How much is Cooper Kupp holding up Matthew Stafford? This dude is YOLO money. You might as well just lock him in for a pick every game. Yep. Pick, bad throw. Just asking. Without Cooper Kupp, what would Matthew Stafford be? I don't know, man.
Carson Wentz. Let's be honest. That's what he would be. Carson Wentz actually had a pretty good week himself.
Speaking of Wentz, he had a pretty good game.
Did you know he's second in the league in passing?
It's the YOLO Wentz experience, man. There's certain quarterbacks that are YOLO and they get away with it. Wentz is YOLO. Stafford is YOLO. Jameis Winston is YOLO. They just D-gaff. Don't give a you-know-what, man. But let's get to some running back ballers of the week. And the running back baller of the week, Jay, Nick Chubb, baby. Nick Chubb was balling. 17 for 87. Gave you 3 touchdowns. I thought he was going to slide down on the last one and salt the clock.
Should have.
And Nick Chubb said, the hell with that. Give me my damn touchdown. I'm balling, baby. Nick Chubb, 17 for 87. 3 touchdowns. And he caught the ball. Imagine that. Imagine if the Browns just throw it to him. Just give Nick Chubb the ball, man. Damn. I don't care how they got to do it. Just give it to him, Jay.
Yeah, no, Nick Chubb was great. But to your point, probably should have slid with the way that game came out. But you can't expect your team to blow a 13-point lead with a minute and a half left. So what are you going to do? And then the next guy, right? Aaron Jones, 15 carries, 132 yards, a touchdown, 3 receptions, 38 yards, another touchdown. Aaron Jones was balling last night. We made the graphic a little early. He probably should have been the baller of the week at the running back position.
He could have been the baller of the week, but we made the graphic at about like noon. It was early in the day. Yeah, we had to get it done. But Aaron Jones definitely could have been the baller of the week at the running back position. Who else we got, Jay? We talked a little Christian McCaffrey, right? He didn't score.
Yeah.
But you were concerned about his usage, and I told you don't fret. He's going to be okay.
I told you he wouldn't score. That was the conversation.
No, you said I don't know about his. You said his usage, and I was like, "Don't worry about the usage. Will be there for Christian McCaffrey."
Yeah, he broke a big play though. That was another big thing. And Saquon was fine. Not quite a brick.
There were a lot of compilers this week. Saquon compiled. Leonard Fournette compiled. Not a baller of the week. He was not going to be in that realm for baller of the week. But you have to give a round of applause to damn James Robinson, man. You got to give James Robinson some credit, man. He's out there toting the rock 23 times to Travis Etienne's 9 carries. 23-9. All you really advanced metric people, you can give me all the advanced fucking metrics you want to make yourself feel better about what's happening in Jacksonville. And Etienne is okay. He's not okay. He is okay for what he's doing.
Yeah, he's okay.
But J-Rob is a problem. That's the bigger thing. Everyone wanted to leave him for dead. He's god-awful. It's Etienne's backfield. J-Rob is the backup. 23-9. He's out carrying them. He's getting work on the goal line. I'm seeing Etienne at slot. I don't know. I don't know, Jay.
2.2 a carry, 9 carries, 20 yards.
But feel good about it. Feel good about it. I don't feel great about it. Great about it, right? But he's so fast, right? Oh, he was efficient, and he's not getting the fucking ball.
Explosive. He's so explosive.
He's so explosive. Don't worry. He had 15% of this. Fuck that. James Robinson is out there out carrying him every week. Not good for Travis Etienne. I don't care how you say it, right? Joe's coming in to let me know he's a rookie. I don't give a damn. You know I love you, Joe. Etienne getting outworked by James Robinson. Give James Robinson his love for balling out this week. Any other running backs? It was kind of a mad day for the backs overall, man. Right?
I mean, we're hoping for Derrick Henry, right? Probably.
Yeah, we got King Henry. Miles
outside
Sanders.
of that, though, not a lot. Like Javonte Williams, 75 yards, nothing special, right? There's not a lot, to be honest. It was okay from the running backs this week. Like Joe Mixon didn't do anything. Zeke, Tony Pollard had a great week. Not necessarily a baller of the week.
Monty looked good last night. Monty was
really good. Yeah, 8.1 a carry, I believe. 122 on 15 carries. He was good. No touchdown, but otherwise looked really good.
DeAndre Swift, did you see the run where he slipped? He caught the ball, slipped, fell, got up,
juked like 4 guys.
Juked 4 guys and ran to the end zone.
Yeah, unreal.
Listen, and everybody, I love stirring the pot early in this morning. Y'all are so easy to get riled up. It's so easy to poke fun at people. Y'all are so riled up on a Monday. We're reacting week to week. I'm not saying he's bad long term. We're reacting to what happened the first 2 weeks. I don't have anything else. I have no crystal ball. I can't see 15 weeks down the line or 2 years down the line. We are just talking about what we've seen week 1 and week 2. You can call it overreaction. You can call it panic. You can call it. I'm just reacting to week 1 and 2. I didn't tell you trade ETN. I didn't tell you
trade
to
him.
Jump. Jay Rich is saying trade him. We're just reacting to what's happening. Like, we spent all year waiting for football. Then we get football, and it's like, disregard everything we're seeing. Wait until week 11 until we can start reacting.
Yeah,
Damn it, we
the
gonna react
data.
every week. Every week, we're just talking about what happened week to week, baby. And some people are watching, and all they do is play in redraft. There's some people who don't dynasty, right? They watch us, and they're like, yo, I want to know what's happening week to week for my seasonal fantasy leagues, man. We cater to everybody. This ain't no dynasty show. We like
100%.
dynasty. This ain't no dynasty show, baby. Any other running backs do well? I don't think so. Can we get to the wide receiver ballers of the week?
Please.
Can we get to them? Go ahead and talk about them, baby. Talk about them.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill combined for 22 receptions, 261 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. The wide receiver co-ballers of the week, our first co-ballers of the week. Only pair of wide receivers with 10 receptions, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns apiece. I believe they combined for it was a ridiculous amount of targets. I believe that Jalen Waddle had 19 targets and Tyreek Hill had 13 targets. I don't believe that any other player on the team had more than 4 targets, and it was Mike Gesicki. It is all Waddle and Hill. Can you talk about how phenomenal these guys were to come back in this game, how good they looked, the speed, the respect you need to show these guys, how good Tua looked on top of that? It is insane. And as much as I thought that maybe you don't want Waddle because it would be all Tyreek Hill,
you talk some of
dead
that
ass
Waddle
wrong.
shit. You talked
Dead
a lot of that
ass wrong.
Waddle shit, boy. You talked a lot of it, Jay.
Dead
Thank you, my
ass
man.
wrong. It is two-headed monsters looking unreal. This offense is looking really good. And next week, Ray, they got the Bills at home. So we'll see just how good they really are.
We'll see. Thank you. No Name was out there criticizing me earlier. See, we were able to come to a peaceful resolution. He said, I got you, amigo. I had to let him know this ain't just long term. We're not panic long term. Appreciate you, No Name. You're my guy, dog. Appreciate you. Or lady. You're my lady or guy. I don't know who you are. But there we go, my friend. I appreciate you came to a peaceful resolution. But yeah, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, yeah. I mean, what else
They're
you
good
need to say?
Yeah, Gene corrected me. It's 361 yards. I miscalculated that with my calculator. Next time. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate it.
Dude, you have literally. How
I'm
do
macro
you do
focused.
that?
You know this. I'm macro focused.
Jesus,
Sometimes these things
golly,
miss 'em.
man. Yeah, those two very,
Moving
very
on.
good. Yes, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, very good. When Tua goes out there and drops damn near 500 on the top of the Ravens, those two very. Every week, man. Every week, y'all. One job, one job every week. But yeah, those two were very good. What other receivers did well this weekend?
The Sun God had
Amon-Ra
a great
St. Brown.
performance.
Remember,
2
sell
carries.
him for a second. Sell him for a second. TJ Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift, when they come back, there's no way Amon-Ra is going to be good. No way. No way Amon-Ra can do it with TJ Hawkinson and Amon-Ra, and it's Jared Goff, and they got DJ Chark. He's good. Stop listening to people out there. Oh, trade him for George Pickens straight up. Go trade him for a second-round pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown is that dude, man. First player, or he's one of 5 players in NFL history to have 9 straight weeks of 8+ receptions and 70 yards, something like that. He's on an absolute crazy tear. And the beautiful thing about Amon-Ra is he's going to get his 20 carries a season randomly, right? He led the team in receiving and he led the team in rushing yards on 2 carries. He had one long 50-something yard run.
Fly sweep, yeah.
Yeah, but I want that, right? That's 6 extra points that you get in fantasy. And then if you get points for first down, points for a long rush attempt, if he can give you one of those every 3 weeks, man, that's what you want. And the thing is, the opportunity is going to be there for Amon-Ra. He's developing into a trusted weapon for that team. And I don't care when Jamison Williams gets back, he's still going to get his. The big loser in all of that is TJ Hawkinson, who once again, I will continue to say, is the highest priced fraudulent tight end one in fantasy football. I just don't want him, man. I will trade him off of name alone because people think he's the next great second coming of this whatever tight end. I will move him in a heartbeat. What a fraudulent, high-priced tight end one TJ Hawkinson is. And it's a damn shame that people thought he was going to be the one to take things away from Amon-Ra. Not going to happen. Cooper Kupp, again,
unreal.
He's unreal. What else? I mean, what else do you want to say? Start him.
Just
He's going to
so
get 10 catches.
man.
He's got, what, 9? How many games of 9 receptions or more?
Oh,
It's
who knows? It's probably
insane,
unreal.
man. Insane. Who else do we have for the wide receivers? We
put Garrett Wilson on there, right? We talked about him. Cortland Sutton, 7 receptions on 11 targets, 122 yards, no touchdown. But balling compared to what Jerry Jeudy did. He was unreal too.
Hurt. Amari Cooper had a good day, you know.
Amari
Cooper had a good day.
9 for 101 in the touchdown. For what people expected, Cooper, very good game for him. Very, very good. And then Drake obviously also played pretty well at wide receiver, right? A lot of good guys.
Let's give a shout out to Nelson Aguilar, who had a good week as well. Just
how embarrassing. Getting mossed by Nelson Aguilar. Jesus
Getting mossed
Christ.
by we should have the highlight of that one, but yes, he did moss. I think it was Witherspoon.
Rashad Bateman.
Yeah,
right?
Rashad Bateman.
Big touchdown,
21.5 miles per hour on that. It's a good week for the wide receivers, baby. Good week for the wide receivers. Not such a good week for the tight ends, but the tight end baller of the week. Talk about him. We're same game parlaying it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Andrews, 9 for 104 and a touchdown. And we actually got a free reception out of this because he caught a long one. They called a touchdown. They overruled it.
Yeah.
They line up from like the half-yard line, play action, throw to Mark Andrews, get us the extra reception and a touchdown. Beautiful, Mark Andrews, Jay. And I want to talk about it, Jay, because we brought it up last week. I want to talk about it, Jay. Where's he at? Is he still tight end 2 behind Kyle Pitts? We brought it up last week. I still am rocking with Kyle Pitts as tight end 1, but redraft purposes, it's not good. It is 2 weeks. It hasn't been
good. Is that
it hasn't been good for 2 weeks.
Do we have any producers that can just take my audio from a few days ago and just run it back? Because I would say that Mark Andrews is tight end 1, and I don't really know why people are fighting me on this.
Joe
I
says
get it. You know,
Joe we trust. And you've been saying it. You were like, you have said I get the age and the talent and all of that with Kyle Pitts.
And the cost is insane. It's probably still insane, right? I think you're about to start to get a little bit of a dip. It's the cost. The cost is insane. But yeah, Andrews is tight end 1. And if you're taking Pitts over Andrews, I just don't know what you're doing. At that point, you're rebuilding. Like, let's be honest. You're not trying to win if you're taking Pitts over Andrews right now.
He just hasn't seen the targets, man. It's not like he's bad, right?
Okay, week 1, he saw the targets, right? Yeah. Kyle Pitts, the most consistent player in fantasy football, and we'll get to his stats in a little bit.
All right, Zach Ertz had a good week. Another, man, quietly, I think he had like 12 targets in that game, and I know,
he led the team in receiving.
Ertz, another one of those tight ends on a win now, go get it type roster. Probably could be a better difference maker, and he cost a lot less than TJ freaking Hawkinson cost you. Dalton Schultz went down, banged his knee up. We'll see how long he's out for. Other than that, man, we talked about Kelsey, what he did on Thursday. But
Gerald Everett had a good week Thursday as well. But yeah, that's about it as far as I can see.
Higbee,
Ross Dwelley, big touchdown.
Ross Dwelley, man, just took his opportunity and balled, right? Ross Dwelley.
Yep.
All right. Now we got to get to the brick squad, man. We got to get to the brick squad, Jay. We got to get to the brick squad. The bricks of the week. Let it rain. Rain dance. We got to get to them. Let's go with our quarterback brick of the week. Who was the worst quarterback out there this week for us in fantasy football, Jay?
It's not close. It's Matt Ryan. I bet they wish they had Carson Wentz now.
Matt Ryan.
16 for 30, 195, and 3 interceptions, followed up by Jameis Winston. 25 for 40, 236, a touchdown, but again, 3 picks. Ray, do you want to talk about any of these guys? I mean, are they droppable?
Matt Ryan looks, they're bad. He gave me -10 in Scott Fishbowl. He looks bad. Matt Ryan without a number 1 wide receiver. Somebody said, who did they compare him to? Who'd they say? Somebody said he was like Daniel.
Ryan?
Matt Ryan when he needed Michael Pittman, apparently, because they shit the bed versus Jacksonville. Goose egg,
Zero.
Man.
Zero. Bagel squad.
He's just chunking up picks. Doesn't look like what he's doing. It literally looks like Carson Wentz was better for them than what we've seen through 2 weeks from Matt Ryan. I was about to call him Joe Flacco from Matt Ryan.
So quick to run Wentz out of town because he lost to Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, just for Matt Ryan to come up and do the same shit the following season.
Jameis Winston, I mean, he had a broken back, so I got to give him a little bit of
broke
grace.
back Winston.
Spinal, Mike Tyson, he broke his back, and he went out there and threw 3 interceptions and was awful for a large majority of that game. Let's talk about Joe Burrow, man. He was definitely a brick this week. He let it rain, and the Cowboys let it rain down on him. I don't know if it's the O-line. I don't know if it's Joe Burrow, but we keep saying it every week, man. He's not going to last if he continues to get beat up the way that he's getting beat up, man. I mean, Dallas got home on him at will. Micah Parsons lived in the backfield. Dorrance Armstrong, everybody wrecking Joe Burrow.
6 sacks, 34 yards.
He had 199 yards. He threw a touchdown pass. The completion percentage looked fine, but you're just watching it, and he just – that magic, right? That magic that seemed to be there all last year, starting off a little slow in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, one of the few 0-2
do you need
teams.
to sneeze? Go ahead and sneeze. Get up. You look like you were struggling hard. Are you okay? All right.
Yeah. No, I'm good now. But yeah, Joe Burrow and this whole offense is struggling. But Ray, I think to your point, and you kind of led to this a little bit, I'm curious to see how the PFF grades for the offensive line look, because while he's getting sacked a lot, it does seem like he's just holding the ball too much, waiting for a receiver to get open. I'm not out here saying I'm watching everything, all 22 film. Does he have the reads? Is he missing the spots? Is he off time? I don't know, but I think it can definitely be said that he is throwing the ball not enough, and he's not getting the ball out quick enough. That's just a fact. We've seen it with plenty of quarterbacks, especially young ones. This offensive line is not great, but when Burrow's holding the ball, he's going to get sacked a ton. He's not making enough big plays that he made last year to, I guess, warrant the holding the ball so long in the pocket.
All right. Yeah. Well, hopefully they get it together. They got a lot of weapons over there. I'm not panicked long term at all, but it's unfortunate to see him getting crushed the way he is. Russell Wilson is not cooking anything right now in Denver. Was very excited about this Broncos offense. He lost Judy. Sutton did his thing. I don't know what's going on in Denver. It's Nathaniel Hackett. Good God, man. Just, you talk about play calling. Literally, the crowd is giving them the Giannis countdown treatment. Russ is not cooking anything right now.
14 for 31, even if it is bad play calling, like that's inexcusable for a guy you're paying $200 million to.
It is inexcusable. It is. It's inexcusable. You hit the nail on the head. He's got to play better. I don't give a damn about anything else. You're a floor-raising quarterback. You're one of the highest paid in NFL history, and you have weapons, right? Make it happen, Russell Wilson. What's going on? All these damn Let's Ride videos I'm watching and TikToks. Get on your shit and throw the ball downfield and complete a pass to somebody, please. Yeah,
it's not just the coaching staff. It is the coaching staff, but Russ has to be much better. Like, he just has to be. It's not. It's just, to your point, it's not excusable.
You're going. Come on, Marlon. Russ cooking rice with no water. Come on, dog. You wild, man. Justin Fields, your boy, Justin Fields. You just traded for him in a league. You traded Dak Prescott for Justin Fields straight up. How do you feel today?
I don't feel great, but he could have scored another touchdown, so he was that close to being decent.
Pass attempts. How do you explain? Dude, real talk, Jay. I don't know if it's sad trombone. I don't know if it's air horn alert. I don't know what it is. 7 for 11 for 70 yards.
That's not bad, though. I'll take it.
That's
7
not bad
for 11.
The first quarter.
Just give him the volume.
For the first quarter.
Give me some volume. But to be fair, they'd actually run the ball pretty well in that game. But yeah, Justin Fields needed that second rushing touchdown to kind of save his day a little bit. Didn't quite get there. I think it says more about the offense and Eberflus and what he wants to do. And Justin Fields was asked about why he didn't throw the ball more. He said the plan was to run it down their throats. That's what Matt Eberflus wanted to do. So that's what they did. And I think, to be fair, they did it effectively. 27 carries, 180 yards, 6.7 a carry. I mean, that's pretty good. But Fields getting no volume and makes the pass catchers, even Darnell Mooney, 100% irrelevant.
Oh, my God. Forward. He's killing me. In every format, Darnell Mooney. Y'all told me Mooney was a 150 target guy. That's what y'all told me.
We preached that together. You can't say that other people.
No,
we both have been typing this shit up.
And he's got like 3 targets on the season so far.
Not good.
Jay,
Not good for Mooney.
Jay, can we just? I know injury. I know they've been hurt. I know. The 2021 quarterback class right now looks like
not good. Not good at all. Trevor Lawrence looked good though. To be fair, Trevor Lawrence, he was really good.
Yeah,
he was very good.
T-Law
2 touchdowns. I believe he was 25 for 30 for like 235 yards. He was good. He's the only one who's probably going to be good at this point. Lance out for the year. What are you doing with him? Probably selling him if you can. Justin
what are
Fields
you doing with him?
awful.
Okay, there we go. We're not going to call him a brick because he got hurt early in the game. He's not a brick, but what do you do with Lance now? Like, what do you do?
Sell him. When's the last time he played football? He hasn't played. He won't play football for like 3 straight years. How is he going to develop if he doesn't play? Right. That's the biggest thing. Is like, okay, now he broke his ankle. I believe Jeff, our injury analyst, said he's out 5 to 6 months.
It looked like the Dak injury.
And then when he comes back, is he going to run? Probably not. That's great for our fantasy value.
He's young. He's 22 years old or 23. He's young.
Well, it doesn't matter.
He's going to start. Like Jimmy Garoppolo is going to walk at the end of the season. He's going to finish out this year. Trey Lance is going to be the starting quarterback next year in 2023. He'll be fully healthy. He'll be the starting quarterback. And I think it's going to be, this is just like, he's going to have to show something. Like what's going to happen is he's not going to have years of grace, right? Like had he played this whole year, it would have been like, okay, this was his rookie year. We'll see what he does next year. Like he's going to have to show something next year.
Because they think that's his contract year. That'll be his third season.
He's going to have to show something next year, but he is going to be the starter going into next year. Unfortunate injury, man. And you watch the replay, he didn't even know it was fractured because he tried to get up.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it broke.
My leg is not right. My ankle isn't right. It's unfortunate, man. A lot of people were dependent on him this year. We were excited about the upside. That's football, right, man? Unfortunately, that's the game that they play, 100%. And these things happen. If you are selling him, what are you selling him for in Dynasty? I'm not. Like you gotta get a first.
You gotta get a first.
At minimum, I'm not taking anything less than a first for a quarterback.
Yeah, but how much more would you want for him?
I don't know.
Knowing he's out for the whole year.
That's the thing. I don't know. I haven't. I guess I haven't thought that far into it yet because if I have him, I'm probably just not looking to move him. Like I'm just all right. Well, just sit there and I'll see what you got.
What if you were rebuilding? Would you still try and hold him, hoping he comes back? But if you're a contender, though,
he is going to come back. And having currently going through foot and ankle issues myself, literally my orthopedic surgeon said you would rather shatter your ankle than pop your Achilles tendon. Like it's like
because it will heal 100%, and once it's back, it's fine. As long as there's no tendon damage within there, once they do the surgery, he's fine. The people need to understand there's no issues with the ankle. He snaps it, he heals, he sits back, and then it comes down to his confidence in his own ankle to run and cut and all these things. Look at Paul George, look at Victor Oladipo, 2 basketball players that had very severe ankle injuries, but they didn't come back for a long time. And, to your point, Dak Prescott, same deal, didn't run his following season. And he was I think 11 months removed from his ankle surgery.
Yeah. Pello says the stories people are coming up with right now justifying excuses for Lance are the reasons to sell now. Again, what are you selling for is my question. Like, what are you trading
first
for?
And second, like,
I mean, here's my question. Okay, you re-roll. Let's just assume it's a late 23 first, and you have to pick like Tyler Van Dyke because you're gonna want to replace the quarterback, right? Like, how much better off are you with him than you are with Trey Lance? I don't think any at all. Like what
if you went another approach, right?
Okay.
And instead of trying to target another young quarterback, what if you just target a veteran with those same picks?
Give me a veteran.
Like if you got
give me a vet. Just give me
try and trade for Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins. Probably not Tua at that point if he has a really good season.
We probably seen Tua's probably skyrocket a little bit after last weekend.
And right now, you couldn't trade Trey Lance for those guys, but maybe in 4 or 5 months, you could trade those picks that you get for Lance into those guys, right? These veterans will probably perform well, back end QB2s, potential QB1s with upside, right? It's not to say that you need to sell them, but I don't think it's crazy. Scott, I'm saying, Scott, you're not going to get him straight up, but maybe for the picks that you get for Lance, you could make that happen potentially.
That's Jay's point. That's what Jay said. Jay said the picks for him. Joe said no one is buying Lance. Yeah,
I doubt
Chris,
it, man.
Yeah.
Unless you're getting him for a second, who's buying them? Not that
I'll
many
buy him
people.
for a second. Think. Send him my way. Shit.
But
yeah.
would you buy him for a first? Someone offers you Trey Lance for a 24 first. Would you take that? You don't even have to worry about this year. You get to sit on him for a year, and then you get to bank on his performance against your first.
Depends on how fluid you are, man. Like, and for real, like for me, I know that right now, today, if I traded a 24 first, I know for a 100% fact I can get another one back between now and the 2024 NFL draft. I know I can.
For sure.
100%.
For sure.
I would do it because I just know I'd get one back. Like, I just know me. I know for a 100% fact at some point between now and the rookie draft 2 years from now, I'll get another 24 first. So, yeah, I'd be willing to do that and just sit on him, throw him in my IR spot and sit on him because he's going to start. That's the one thing. That's the guarantee in this whole thing is he's going to get, at least he's going to have the opportunity to be the starting quarterback for San Francisco come 2023. So, and Jay, you've seen my style. You've seen me in leagues. I will get a 24 first back, 100%. 100%. Yeah. So if that's all he cost me, it's unfortunate, man. This whole class, everyone's banged up. Zach Wilson and Lance hurt. Justin Fields' situation awful. He's been awful. Mac Jones can't run. His situation is awful. And then we get to Trevor Lawrence. We get to Trevor Lawrence, right? And
Golden Boy doing Golden Boy things, right? Looking good.
He looks better without Urban Meyer, I'll tell you that. He looks a hell of a lot better than what Urban Meyer
2 touchdowns, I think, each of the past 2 games, right? So he's been good. Running a little bit too, which is nice.
All right, let's talk about the RB bricks. And some of these weren't their fault, man. Like, JT, he bricked for us this week, man. He definitely bricked for us this week. You look across all the books, he was the projected running back to have the most rushing yards. We were expecting absolute dominance. And when he got the ball, he looked great. But he only had 9 carries, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Indy's plan was that game, but it should have been just turn around and hand it to JT 50 times if that's what needed to happen, right? With no Michael Pittman, I don't know. It just sucked because, I mean, he got us like 10 points this week. It was a shitty performance by Jonathan Taylor, albeit not JT's fault. I just want to preface it that way. Not his fault, but he definitely bricked for us here in week 2. We got to give old JT old brick sounder and let it rain.
No,
JT. Jay, I'm telling you right now, I'm concerned. I'm concerned, Jay Rich. I'm concerned.
About Najee?
Listen, that team, that offensive line, as bad as I said Dallas's offensive line is, Pittsburgh's O-line, 0 running lanes. I don't care if it's Najee Harris. I don't care if it's Jaylen Warren. I don't care whom is back there running the ball. It's going to be a struggle bus, man. I mean, this dude is literally dodging. I guarantee his evaded tackles has to be one of the highest in the NFL with no yardage because he's dodging folks in the backfield. As soon as he gets the ball, it's defenders all around him. And he's looking slow running to the outside. His foot's fucked up. Oh, he's just compiling numbers for us. But I'm concerned. I am concerned about this situation in Pittsburgh.
How did you not
brick
be?
too, by the way. Najee let it rain. He was a brick this week as well.
Big brick.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, to your point, I don't know what we do with Najee, but the biggest problem is that how do we assess this going forward? Because Mitch Trubisky looked awful, was awful. You know, you wanted to make him a QB brick of the week. No one's starting Mitch Trubisky for that reason. You hear the Kenny chants in the stands in the second quarter. Like it was, at some point, they're going to have to go to Kenny Pickett. And it may even be as soon as week 4, week 5. You know, people usually say around 4 weeks is when these first round QBs get into the game. Mitch is awful. Like he is really, really bad. But I don't know if we can say it's all on him as bad as he's been because he doesn't have time back there anyways, even if he is making bad decisions. But Najee's in trouble. He is in a lot of trouble. If we get this Najee all year, I don't know how the hell he's going to return RB1 value. I just don't. He's not going to score enough.
He's not. That's the answer to the question. He's not. And while we were all excited about that landing spot, which I still think the spot is good, like they did nothing to, like I just wonder if Pittsburgh would have drafted an offensive lineman instead of Kenny Pickett, could they have gotten Pickett in the second?
Maybe.
I don't know, right? But they've done nothing to improve that front, man. Nothing. Yeah. And I'm not exaggerating. He's dodging defenders in the backfield every time he gets the ball. It's just bad,
Yeah.
man. Then the one play, he runs an outside run. I don't know if it's zone toss, something. And he got the first down, but when you talk about it, looked like he was running in mud to get there.
Yeah.
It looked just he looks labored. It just looks bad, man. I'm concerned for
everyone
for
wanted
Najee
Big Ben
Harris.
gone, and now I think everyone wants him back.
Yeah. James Conner got injured, but again, he hasn't done anything so far this season. 7 carries, 25 yards, hurt his ankle. Chase Edmonds, you touched on that. Out carried by Raheem Mostert. He had a nice run towards the end of the game to set them up. In the fourth quarter. I don't know why they're not giving him the ball, man. I don't know, Jay. I don't know. Just give Chase Edmonds the ball, man.
Mostert looked all right, though. He's catching passes out of the backfield, running pretty well. I mean, this is the issue, is when you bring in a running back who knows the system versus one who doesn't, and all of a sudden you see him getting the ball. Why would you be that surprised? He knows the system. He can perform well in it. It's just, can he stay healthy for Mostert, I think, is the biggest question. And with how much speed is on that offense, my goodness, bringing Mostert and getting him into the fold, whoo!
Let's talk about two RB bricks on the same team. Kenneth Walker and Rashad Penny just nuking each other's value. 6 carries for Penny,
Yikes.
4 for Kenneth Walker. I saw Kenneth Walker lined up as fullback with his hand in the dirt, taking
for
carries out of the
first
fullback.
carry,
right out of the fullback position. Get him a carry up the gut.
Establish it, Pete. Establish it.
14 rush attempts.
Yeah.
What is going on early this season, man? And I get it. The 49ers got
It's
up
been
on them
a
early.
wild 2 weeks, bro. Wild.
We didn't talk about, we haven't gotten to the wide receiver bricks yet, but I mean, ETN, 9 for 20, 3 carries, 33 yards. Again, dynasty long-term, still think he's somebody that I want to believe in, right? The explosiveness is there. But this year, right now, this shit right
Not
here,
good.
right here, it's not what I want to see. I don't want to see 23 carries for J-Rob. Like, I want ETN to get the 14 to 15, right? Like, give him 14 to 15. Let him get in a rhythm, baby.
That's the problem, is that we hoped for a split, and we're getting heavy James Robinson.
We're getting an A
and a
B.
bit.
We're getting an A and a B. We wanted
very
a split.
clear.
All about 60-40, 70-30.
No 60-40 here.
80,
it's bad.
it is 60-40. It is 70-30 the J-Rob way. Like, let's get ETN some. Let's running back. You got to get in a rhythm, baby. You can't just give me 2 carries and then walk away from me for 11 minutes and then give me another 3 and then go away from me for another 30 minutes and then give me 2 at the end of the game. Like, give him a shot. Now, J-Rob is playing well and he's earning those carries, but damn, man, we keep starting ETN. We keep starting him and it hasn't been good, man. Damn.
Been awful.
You know?
Awful.
All right. Wide receiver brick of the week. My God.
Oh, this is an easy one.
Absolute bust of a brick. Devontae Adams. 2 for 12? How?
Bro, I don't know. You talk about a team trying to lose a game. How
What
are
are we
you
doing,
down,
Vegas?
and you can't even get Devontae Adams the ball
What are
against
you
a team that
doing?
allowed 360 passing yards last week? You can't get the one, if not the best receiver in football, one of the best receivers in football, the ball. 7 targets this week, 17 last week.
17.
And both resulted in the same thing, a loss. So
What do you want me to
how
ta-
is it that you can't get
I
him the
don't
ball?
know.
It's too
Throw it to Adams. Stop. Mac Hollins. Is Mac
8
Hollins
targets for
down the
Matt
middle?
Hollins. Yeah, leading receiver, Matt Collins, 5 receptions, 66 yards, 8 targets. Devontae Adams, 7 targets. Interesting. Hunter Renfrow, 10 targets, game-losing fumble. Way to go, Hunter Renfrow. Fumbled on back-to-back plays. But, not great for Devontae Adams.
And I don't care if he's double teamed. I don't care. Get it to figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah.
You got Waller out there. You got Renfrow. Scheme him open, McDaniels. But 2 for 12.
The Josh McDaniels experience, not good.
2
Not
for
good so
12, man. Josh Jacobs got 19 carries. Can we have a conversation about Debo? About Debo? We talked about this. Y'all know I work with the Draft Network, and we talked about Debo Samuel, the wide receiver, versus Debo Samuel, the football player. Debo Samuel, the wide receiver this year, has been not good. Now, granted, week 1, we kind of throw that out the window because they were playing in a monsoon and he got in the end zone. This week, just 5 for 44, 6 targets, It's just not what you wanted from the presumed top 6, top 7 dynasty wide receiver early this season. He bricked again. He bricked this week. He didn't get in the end zone. He's like
I'm
he's the running back. Like it's a weird thing with Debo because you got to play him. You're going to. There is no I'm not playing him, but him the wide receiver versus him the football player. And again, I just asked this question: how much do you want him taking a pounding out of the backfield, man? Like every time I see it, I'm like, I like it, but damn, throw it to him. Stop giving him tall sweeps.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing for me with Debo, and the reason why I'm not overly concerned, is because you look at the total for this game, it was like 40 points, and San Francisco was favored by 10.5. Like, again, because of the weather concerns, which didn't really play themselves out, right? Like, I'm not too concerned. He's still, 13 yards a carry, 8.8 a reception. He got, his 9 opportunities in a game that was a complete blowout. So I'm not overly concerned. In a more competitive game, I think Debo will get the ball more. And again, like Jeff Wilson got 18 carries. Tyrion Davis-Price had 14 carries for 33 yards. I mean, why do we keep giving him the ball when he's averaging 2.4 yards a carry? I don't know. But again, blowout, right? So no incentive to get Debo the ball more. He still had almost 100 yards. He had, 97 yards, no touchdown. Like, that's pretty good for a guy who did need to do a lot in a blowout. So I'm not overly concerned with him. I wouldn't say he's a brick, but yeah,
I didn't give him a brick. I just wanted to talk about it. I did not give him a brick. Just wanted to talk about it, man.
But I think to people's point with Jimmy G, I think that's good for him. We want a little bit more Lance throwing the ball down the field, but like we know what he is with Jimmy G. We know Jimmy G is going to get him the ball on time, on target, and we'll go to him in dire straits. So I am encouraged, man. I think he'll be good.
Same game. Is DK Metcalf a brick, man? I mean,
no, because you saw the big play, right?
I saw it.
I believe it was called back on penalty or something,
whatever it was, the trick play.
Nasty play. Just didn't come down with it. But Lockett had a good game though. He had 11 targets, over 100 yards, 9 receptions. Again, this is the ups and downs of Geno Smith. You have to be willing to deal with it. This is why DK Metcalf's value has been falling, because you have to expect this team to be bad. And San Francisco's got a good defense too. So I mean, this is what I kind of expected in this one. Hope they'd be more competitive, but they weren't. So.
All right, tight end brick of the week. Man, it pains me. I don't even know.
Back to the well.
I don't know if it's the graphic from last week, or is this last week's, or is it this one? I don't. Was this what he did? Kyle Bricks?
I had to revamp it a little bit. Kyle Bricks, aka Kyle Pitts, is not looking good, but very consistent, Ray. I don't know if you knew this, but he actually had 2 receptions for 19 yards last week as well. So arguably the most consistent player in fantasy football right now. Kyle Pitts, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Not good when Drake London is 8 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. I'm not sure what we do with Kyle Pitts. Not tight end 1 for me. Our first ever back-to-back milk carton player of the week.
Man, this hurts me.
Not looking too good for Pitts right now.
This hurts old GQ's heart.
And so, question, Arthur Smith was actually asked about Kyle Pitts' usage, number 4 pick in the draft. Why aren't you using this guy? He said, it's not fantasy football. We're just trying to win. Well, Arthur, you lost. I'm not sure if you knew that. But, so not looking good for Kyle Pitts right now. Hopefully he can get it going. 7 targets last week, only 3 this week. Not really sure what to make of that.
Remember when we talked about there's no way Cole Kmet could give us a 0 burger again? Remember? We were literally like, that'd never happen. He's not going to goose egg us again. He didn't quite goose egg us, but it was damn near a goose egg. He got a target, and in a league, you get 0.1 per target, and I got a 1/10 of a point from Cole Kmet, but another goose egg from Cole Kmet. And with Justin Fields at quarterback, this passing attack.
Yikes!
If he's only going to throw the ball 20 times a game, good luck. Any of them. Good luck.
Yeah, well, 20 would be a fucking pipe dream the way he's been throwing the ball lately, to be honest. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but JJ Zacharyson said, turns out Cole Kmet really was just a cheap way to get Kyle Pitts production. Yeah. Pretty much the way Kyle Pitts and Kmet are playing this season.
Dalton Schultz was a brick. Albert O, brick.
Yeah,
they got a tight end named Schubert or something. Sauber. I got to go pick him up. He seems to be Russell Wilson's damn target right there. There's some number 82 for Denver. Go get him, whoever that is.
Made a really nice catch on a seam route.
Cole Kmet, just woof. Did Njoku do anything this week? I saw him get an end zone target, and he couldn't come down in bounds.
I saw him catch a slant for a first down, and that was it.
He gave you 3 for 30. That's about as an Njoku of the line as you'll ever see. That's
Tyler Conklin was good, though. I believe he had like 10 targets.
Yeah,
6 receptions. He was really good.
Conklin looks solid, but there goes the bricks, man. Jay, This week was
It was
good,
rough, man.
I like every
rough.
week we get football is a good week, baby. Every week we get football is a good week. All right. Yeah, Njoku. Yeah.
We gonna talk about Antonio Gibson? We didn't talk about Antonio Gibson.
Well, there were a lot of running backs who I thought were just fine. Like Gibson saved the day with a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Commanders were doing. That offensive game plan, I mean, Detroit got on them early. Why Gibson wasn't involved in the receiving game, I don't know. Leonard Fournette had 1 million carries and no yards. Saquon Barkley saved the day with some receptions, but he was everybody's RB1 start lock of the week, and he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't good enough. He compiled your way to points, so you're okay with it, right? Because of the volume. But there's just a lot of compilers this week from the running back position. So it wasn't a good day for Gibson, but he got in the end zone. He saved the day. 20-something rushing yards. 2 yards
a carry.
The bigger thing is why didn't they pass to him? Like,
because I think maybe potentially, Ray, is that McKissick was hurt and not really in the game plan last week. You know, obviously this week he comes back 7 receptions on 7 targets versus Gibson only getting 4 targets, 2 receptions.
Throw it to Gibson.
He should get more targets, but you know, Curtis Samuel obviously balled, Terry McLaurin balled, Dotson balled. Like, we'll see going forward.
Do you like the Denver backfield split, the Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams shit?
I mean, I don't own a lot of either guy, so I'm kind of fine with it. But Melvin Gordon has been very good. You know, people don't want him to be good, but he has been very good for that offense so far.
All right. Got a couple of super chats. Let's get to it real quick. Who should delete their team from social media? Pitts, Mooney, or Hawkinson? I need Kyle Pitts to delete his team, all records of Atlanta Falcons I need him to scrub his social media page. This is not good for the brand. Pitts needs to get it together. Rico, Pitts needs to delete it all. Hawkinson, get out of here with that. You know how I feel about that. We got one more here from John. Super chat. Appreciate your content from afar. First time live. Love the content. Thank you, John, for tapping in. We appreciate y'all. All right, Jay. What do we have? What's going on this week? Anything? Let's wrap this shit up.
We got Troy and LQ start tomorrow. Their first show tomorrow night, 7 to 8 Eastern time. They're gonna be going live on this channel, so make sure you guys tap in for that. And it'll be good, man. I'm excited. There'll be a blast. Yeah, it'll be a blast to have on the channel, and very excited for that. So yeah, tomorrow night that's happening. Then Wednesday we'll probably do some more preview stuff, talk Monday Night Football, things like that. Maybe do some college. Get back to college a little bit.
I think we need to look at some of our ADP. We're gonna talk some college. I want to see what we're doing over here in the mocks and kind of talk about some of these college guys. We'll do some 2023 ADP shit on Wednesday. I don't know how much we'll recap the Monday night game. That'll be like 2 days after the fact. But that's what we'll do. Subscribe to the newsletter below. Tap in. Do we have any pods dropping today?
Today was the trade show pod. Tomorrow will be waiver wire pod on DD Radio. So check out for that. I think it'll be Gene, Ike, and Eric again doing the waiver wire pod. I think that's pretty much it. Wednesday will be off the line. Thursday's off the line. Friday is 40 chess, and then Saturday is America's Game.
8:05. What are we doing? We're giving the people a long show today. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Thank y'all for being here. If it's your first time on the channel and you enjoyed the stuff, just hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe to the channel, engage with the good people below. I appreciate y'all. Chris, have a good one. Cold World. Joe, she still got Antonio Gibson.
Fighting for Antonio Gibson.
I almost said Antonio Gibson was in the chat, but it's Joe. God damn it, it's Joe. Roro in the building. Barry, good stuff. Marlon, Jeff, Mike Anderson. One more let me get this up for Mike A. Mike A, you still here? Let's go, Mike A. I know you're excited about it. We should play some music. We are the champions. Let's put some music on real quick. Let's put some music on.
You're gonna get us
Here we go. Let's get unmonetized on Wake Up, the WNBA 2022 champs, the Las Vegas Aces, baby. Asia Wilson, Wake Up with Ray G. We out of this thing. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace.